All right, we've got our patio Bradley tomatoes coming in really good, and our petunias and marigold for some pest control and just to be pretty. Our guard dog. Some ivy that I still need to plant, and some seedlings. Got some okra, tomatoes, sunflower, other guard dog that wants to come out. The goal is to have some wildflowers come up over here. So they've started, but it's in pretty rocky soil, so I'm not sure how well it's gonna go, but there's some cosmos and zinnia. Under our thing here is also a little rabbit sanctuary. One just popped over there. We've got our potato patch coming in nicely. They're all flowering, so that means that they are maturing and starting to grow potatoes under there, which is really exciting. And this is kind of our garden corner that we've been building up. So in these hanging baskets, I need to replant some stuff over here. And we have a little strawberry plant. The goal here is to have the sunflowers all along the fence line. And a companion plant of sunflowers is okra. So we have a couple of okra plants around. You can see there's some coming in, which is really exciting. And I did seedlings at various stages here, so like that one's really far along because the birds kept eating my sunflower seeds. Here we have some watermelon starts and some carrots, which took a while to germinate, but now they are really coming in and I'm super excited to see what happens there. And then just this little strawberry plant that I pulled from a mother plant, so that's just like a free plant there. And some more of our okra and sunflowers. This one had an aphid on it that started to eat the stem and it was pretty devastating, but I have it kind of secured up. I'm hoping we keep it alive. Over here is protection from dogs, rabbits, literally everything. And I used to have a giant bug net on top of it because we struggle with pests, but this year I focused on a lot of companion planting, and I have, what is it called, the diatomaceous earth stuff, and that's been working really well. So I'm very pleased with pests so far, but we're crossing our fingers. We have a line of cherry and regular tomatoes here. Of course, we got the basil and marigold again. This is a sweet pepper. There's a line of lettuce in the middle, and then some okra. And it's hard to tell, but there are onions across the whole line as well. In this bed, I quickly planted it before we were out of town, and I didn't even have enough dirt. That's why it's so shallow, but I didn't want these seedlings to die. So I plan on stacking this taller, but we have some more tomatoes, okra, onions, and marigold. And then obviously these were planted a lot earlier on, and it just looks beautiful. Snow peas are more of like a fall crop, but they're going strong, and like you can see they've gone way above the trellis, but look at those coming up. They're really pretty. So I'm literally just letting that flail. The petunias are going wild. I keep trimming them back to not overbearing, or not to like overcrowd the green bean. These are all bush beans that are coming in good and flowering. We got more bush beans on this side, and then strawberries and onions, which are great companion plants. You can see how nice, look how big that onion is getting. I'm really excited to pull these later. I need to pack it with a little more dirt, and a bunch of green beans coming in, a lot of strawberries. Look at how beautiful this first one is. So excited. Strawberries are just a beautiful plant, but there's so many sprouting up, and as you can see, look how many runners are everywhere. That's how I got that free plant over there, so I'm kind of just letting them run wild. Onions, that one's doing really well, and all these cute little green beans sprouting out. This is kind of like the pepper and cucumber. Have this little archway of all the cucumber, and then got onions, dill, which started to bolt. I'm not really sure what to do about that. Banana pepper, tomato, banana pepper. We've got some marigold in the middle, green pepper, and then got some cilantro, herbs and flowers, great companion plants there. Obviously dill and cucumber go together. It's actually really beautiful to see it bolt, but I don't know, it's not really supposed to do that. It's just the heat here. So I guess I'll need to harvest some of that. And squash, one of my best producers and scariest plants because we get so many squash bugs that literally traumatize me. But the diatomaceous earth stuff is doing really well, and I've been picking them off, and so far we've gotten a lot and not as bad of pests. Actually, look, you can see there's a little baby slug, snail slug, which were also a problem for my flowers. It's just been really wet, so slugs, you can kind of see where they've eaten some little holes in some of our flowers. But yeah, I've also been pruning quite a bit to get the airflow to prevent any root rot, or sometimes there gets to be some like mold in the soil, and that's just because of poor air circulation. But the zucchini and the crookneck squash are doing really good, and then there's 2 marigold buried in here to help with pests as well, and a line of onions going all throughout the middle. So really pleased with how everything's going so far. I hope to make a prettier gate at some point, but it is serving its purpose with all of our wildlife. But selling point was these beautiful trees, so we are obsessed with our backyard. It's quite literally our sanctuary. Not sure why Coda is still standing like that, but Nala is our garden girl, and she will barrel through these beds. Isn't that right, girl? Yeah, she loves the zucchinis. She's a zucchini girl. And our little pig. So the gate is just as much for the dogs as it is for our other wildlife. So that's our little garden tour as of mid-June. It's really flourished. I'll show some befores, but it is so luscious now. And this is our little fire pit with all the pruning stuff I talked about. I'm just constantly pruning for airflow and to not overcrowd. But as you can see, I kind of follow the square foot method, so I really jam pack our beds, as well as testing some things in the ground, still doing a lot of pots. And yeah, this is our first real summer in our house, so plans to get it bigger, but this is a lot of fruit out of just such a small section, so we're really excited about that.
Dinner when you don't feel like cooking, and it's from the garden. Ooh. From the garden. Did I say that part? Get yourself a cast iron. Your nice green pan, because, you know, green. your green veggies, some potatoes, and some pork chops that are in the fridge because you just don't feel like cooking. So you're just gonna throw it all into a pan, watch the magic work.
Our first harvest. Not really, actually. We did it one other time. But we got some veggies in our green pan, mashed potatoes in the works, and also we're gonna do some pork chops, just seasoning a little. Sourdough is reviving from being in the fridge while we were on vacation. Basically just resetting everything from being on vacation for forever. We have these suckers, which you can make completely new tomato plants with. So I am currently propagating them because pruning your tomatoes is essential for more growth and pest control. And like I said, the airflow, pears, essential for this household. And of course, just catching up on all of our laundry. But yeah, literally did like 8 loads of laundry. Glad that's over with. I actually make my own detergent and put it in this handy pitcher that's super easy to pour into our machine. And we're about halfway, so that's a very cost efficient, non-toxic, all that stuff. And we use dryer balls, stuff like that. Also refreshed our liner and the curtain. We are a non-plastic family for health reasons, so we have to keep up with this so it doesn't get any mildew or anything on it, but it's really nice. And filled up supplements. Maybe I'll do that regime eventually. Restocked the fridge, of course, and this is some of our lettuce from the garden, so I'm really excited to start using that. This was more of our stuff, more zucchini, that was some of the squash we pulled, all these little ones I was pulling so that we could be more fruitful with larger fruit. And yeah, Honey doing the dishes because hot girls don't do dishes. A new find also was this coconut sugar. It does not spike your blood sugar if that's an issue for you, and it tastes like maple syrup. So 10 out of 10, right?
11.
Hot.
I'm hungry.